that unfortunately they were closing that camp. So again, we were all packed up and be taken to another camp that was called Bulabidong in Indonesia. And the transportation there, it was somewhat not very uh, not very pleasant. I was sitting in a cabin with my mother-in-law one side, my 4-year-old one, and 6-month-old baby on my lap. Well, at that time he's 7 months on my lap, and then the what do you call it? There's a rail from where I sit to around the border. What do you call it? Like a walkway. And my husband was leaning to that rail because everybody was having terrible seasick, and he was throwing up like crazy. So he was leaning against the rail, and I was sitting here in the cabin comfortably. And then he was armed guard. He was patrolling the whole, area around the boat to make sure whatever. And he was taking advantage at me. And he touched me all over. And I was so upset. I feel helpless. Because I know that was inappropriate. And my daughter was having seasick. My mother-in-law was having seasick. I figure I have a 7-month-old baby. I have to stay alert to protect him, because if he fell, he could go into water. And the man had trouble all over my chest. I was so hurt. I could not share this story with anybody, and I kept it for many decades. Until I read a book called Dark Side of a Light Chaser. And in that book, it encouraged people with painful memories to let it out. Otherwise, it would be hard to move forward. We were transported to the second refugee camp, where we stayed for 8 months. And I don't know what hell would be like, but those 8 months were like living in hell. I thought of commit suicide at least once, because it was so dirty. It was so dirty and so miserable. When we first arrived there, I needed to go to the bathroom. And they took me to the bathroom. There was a whole row of about 20-30 stalls. And every single one I opened. Well, I didn't go the whole row, because I opened about 7 or 8. It's full of human feces all over. When you open the door, you don't have a spot to put your foot in. So I don't know how to do that. And I open the next one, and I said, I can't. And the person who escorted me said, do it. You have to do it. They're all like that. I said, my God, they're all like that. I can't. So I turned around and I said, no, I can't do this. So he escorted me back to my hut. Because we were families, and my husband is an educated man. And because of that, he was able to get a job helping the camp's president. So he was given a decent place to stay. They built a wooden bunker, and a very long one. And then they, on the bunker, they built like a long bed, very long. Then they give you a certain amount of space. You can sleep there, you can eat there, you can throw things underneath, but at least you don't stay in a hut that people built by their shirt or something like that. So at least we had roof over our head. But that bunker is right in front of what you call cemetery. So every day you see people being buried.